Hey guys, happy Wednesday and welcome to day 3 of our 14-day self-love challenge. My name is Dana and I am your host through this journey. So today's journey, we're just going to jump right into it. Today's challenge is to list 5 things that you are ready to release. And I am so ready to release some things in my life. I don't know about you, but I definitely am. I just, even in the past year, just going through a lot of changes and a lot of just different transitions in my life. So this is really a great time to do that. And not too different from yesterday's. I did kind of struggle with my last 2. The first 3 were pretty easy to identify. But the last 2 were, I always kind of seem to have to dig a little bit deeper into those. But I'll share mine and then we'll kind of go over a little bit why it's important to release. So my first one is I'm ready to release sadness. You get hurt, or we get hurt in our life. People hurt us, friends, loved ones, sometimes ourselves, sometimes it's expectations. Which is one of my other ones that I have to listen to, that I'm listing. So we'll get to that. But yeah, I'm ready to release sadness. I don't want to hold those emotions in. Even just this past Mother's Day, I was sad because I missed my mother and my grandmother, and it's okay to have those feelings. But it's also important to recognize, to not harbor them and to hold them in. Because it just weighs us down. So my second thing that I am ready to release is worry. Worry. What do I worry? I worry about the future. I worry about if I'm doing things well. I'm worried about if I'm not doing things well. I'm worrying about what could be, what couldn't be. Should I have not? And sometimes my mind just is always going. So I need to kind of stop and slow down and take a breath and take a moment and just to recenter myself and say, no, it's okay, and to trust the process. I literally have that tattooed on my arm, trust the process. Because I needed to have that consistent reminder that things are going to happen and I just need to be patient. And boy, is Spirit teaching me that. I definitely know that one of my lessons this lifetime is patience. And like my girlfriend said, letting the cake bake. So I start something and then now it's just the process of letting the cake be in the oven and bake and then wait to that final outcome. So that's kind of where I struggle, and I worry about, things happening or not happening. So worry is one of them. My third one is fear, and that kind of goes hand in hand with the worrying, but it's just weird because I fear, I don't fear failure as much as I do success. I think I don't fear failure because I never saw failure as an option. So if I did fail, I never saw it as a failure. Just like, okay, I go back, I kind of reevaluate. All right, what did I do wrong? What could I do? Okay, go back and recreate the game plan and then try again. But I never fail. I learn and I kind of keep going. So for me, failure was never an issue, was never really an option, because I never considered it. But success. Now I have a fear, not of, a little bit. I mean, I'm talking about big success, the way I want to go. So my mind tells me what I want to do, but there is still that part of me that fears success and money to some degree. And that is just old beliefs. That's just conditioning. That's the way I was brought up. I was brought up with a mindset that, money will change you and money is the root of all evil. How many times have we heard that? But the truth is, money just, it accentuates who you are. So if you're a good person, you're going to do good things. You'll be very charitable with your money and the work that you do. And if you're not, and you just decide that, you're going to just spend it on, jewelry, purses, whatever. And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that those people are bad people, but it accentuates the one thing that kind of stands out for you. So if materialism is very big for you, then when you get money, you're going to focus your attention on materialistic things, and there's nothing wrong with that. But for some people, that's just not their focus. So with some people, when they get that money and they just want to give it to charities, and of course, make themselves comfortable, but it's not as much of a big focus. But I fear success. I kind of gave myself this glass ceiling. I can only get to a certain point. But over the last few years, I'm really kind of having to work my way through those conditions and those beliefs, because to me at this point now, it's just, I know that I'm worth more, and I will not allow anybody to tell me what I'm worth. And I have a hard time playing small. I'm not a very small person to be put in this little box and this little circle and just stay here and do this and you'll be fine. I'm not fine like that. I don't do that in my personal life, and I don't do that in my professional life either. I don't half-ass things. If I love hard, and I love deep, and I love loyally. And if I don't, I just kind of stay away and just whatever. But I'm not one of those, you know what I mean? So fear for me is just letting go of those conditions and those beliefs that I still I have to make myself conscious of. Because if not, I'll fall right back in without knowing, because that's how I was raised. So, 30 years of thinking the same thing, it's hard to just break in 10, 15 years. So I'm definitely I'm more conscious of it now because I'm aware, which I wasn't for a while. But now that I have that awareness, it's definitely something that I work on. My fourth one is expectations. Expectations of other people, the expectations of myself. Sometimes I put too much on myself. Expectations of how I think somebody should act, should feel, should respond. Just accepting that their response and their feeling is theirs, and they're totally allowed to have that. You're allowed to have that moment. Not everybody has the same heart as you, and that was hard for me to understand at first, because it's like, well, why not? Everybody should. I have a good heart. I think I have a good heart. I try to do the right thing, but it is what it is. So, but expectations from a significant other, expectations from your children, or just even as simple as somebody in the street, when you hold the door open and they don't say thank you, and when they walk by and you're like, well, you're welcome. Yeah, I'm that person. I'm that person that'll scream back, you're welcome, and then they'll just kind of either look at me funny like, what? But understanding that, sometimes, well, maybe they were just caught up with something. Maybe they were just lost in thought. Maybe they had a really rough day. Maybe something happened. Maybe they were just diagnosed with an illness. Maybe somebody close to them transitioned and they passed away. Maybe they're just not in it. So it was maybe not necessarily that they're intentionally trying to be rude, but just honoring that maybe they're just in their space and they're okay to be there. But that human side of me, right, still initially is like, you could have said thank you. But then, having kind of step back and be like, well, maybe they're just in a moment, and just giving them and allowing that. So expectations. So again, something as simple as that to something, even bigger with, a significant other. Well, why didn't you, take the dishes out of the dishwasher? You didn't tell me to. I have to tell you to? Really? I mean, it's in the dishwasher and it's clean and it needs to be done. Why do I have? So little things like that. I don't have that problem anymore. But in the event that, when I'm back in a relationship that happens, I'll be more aware of that. So there's that. So the fifth thing I am ready to release is anything that does not serve me for my highest good, because I am ready to elevate. I will tell you that for, where are we, May? I'll say for the last definitely 5 months since the new year started, I've just even been transitioning so fast and so hard that some days it like makes my head spin. And what's funny is that I have some people close to me who, the card readers and channelers and so on, and sometimes they'll get messages from me and they'll just send me stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, I felt that one coming. I'm going through that right now. It's a rough road. But it's great because I'm so ready to just fly. You know what I mean? Do you just ever get to the point where you're just like, yo, I need to get out of here. I just need to bust out of this circle. I just need to just, go. And if I don't release the things that, and here we'll get into now why we need to release things just from our spirits and from our minds and from our bodies and from our hearts, is because we need to elevate. That's what we're here for. We're here to elevate. We're here to serve our purpose. We're here to help ourselves and each other. We're here to heal. And it's important, but the more that we hold in, the more that we hold on, you're definitely going to stay grounded. And not in a good kind of grounded, it'll be grounded like you can't fly because you're so way down. So think of yourself as somebody who has chains. You're just kind of chained to that floor, and there's chains on your arms and your legs and there's your body, and each one of those chains represents something. It represents a pain, it represents a trauma, it represents a person, it represents an event. Something is attached to that floor, and you're shackled and you're grounded. And actually, I use this this exercise with my clients when I do my life coaching, and we talk about that visual, and then starting to break each one of those chains, and how we can start releasing them, and what do they mean, and where do they come from? What can we do? You start breaking them. Little by little, you start breaking each one of those. You start hovering, right? You start kind of floating. And that's what you want. That's where you want to get. You just want to feel so light within yourself that you're just like, you're flying. And that's what it feels like. Because, and not that you don't go through challenges, but not enough that you're chained down again. You're shackled. You don't want to be shackled anymore. And I am definitely not trying to be shackled down anymore. So I'm ready to receive. I'm ready to fly. I'm ready to get whatever the universe is ready to give me, especially the things that I've been asking for and that I've been manifesting. So those are my 5, and I'm definitely excited to hear about what you guys are ready to release and where you guys are, and if you've had any of those similar experiences, and maybe your thoughts. What are your thoughts about what I said today? So let us finish with a very peaceful ending. Let's finish with a nice breathing technique, and that way we can get our evening started. I know I started the video a little bit late, but I wasn't feeling well this morning, and I didn't want to give you that energy, so I figured I would do it at a time where my energy was at a better level, because that's what you deserve. So let's get ourselves nice and comfortable just for a moment. And if you're ready, if you can go ahead and just roll your neck. And just to release any of that tension that you might be holding on into your neck, into your shoulders. And when you're ready, take a nice deep breath in and hold and release. Now, before we do our next breath, I'd like for you to just kind of bring awareness to your body. Relax your jawline. Relax your forehead, the muscles, the tension. Relax your shoulders. Allow your tummy to expand and just be very, very comfortable. Allow your chest to just feel the air coming in. Now I'd like for you to take a moment and identify any place in your body that needs extra attention today. Any place in your body that may need extra love because it's holding on to some sadness, it's holding on to some anger, it's holding on to some hurt. Where in your body needs extra attention at the moment? Now that you identify that place, let's take a nice deep breath in and hold and allow that air, that love, that light to travel down into that area and allow that healing. And exhale. And our next breath in, let's envision the light and the love coming in. And we're holding and allow that light and that love to travel. Let it flow, let it flow, let it heal, let it dissolve that energy, let it dissolve what doesn't serve you. And release. Once again, let's pull in energy, pull in love, pull in light, pull in healing. And hold and let it flow, let it flow, let it flow. Let it heal, let it dissolve, let it heal. And exhale. And one last time. Let's pull in love, pull in light, pull in energy, pull in healing, and hold. And allow it to flow, let it heal, let it dissolve, let it flow, let it flow. And exhale. Beautiful. And when you're ready, you can come back to present time. Well, thank you everybody for joining me today, and I hope that you were able to resonate with today's video, and I would love to hear, like I said, what you are ready to release and how we can help you through this journey. So I hope you have a very beautiful evening, and I can't wait to talk to you guys tomorrow. Blessed be.